Hello, everyone. This week we will be going over MySQL tables and whatnot. It's kind of an add-on from last week's project. The same type of thing. We're just kind of added in some other steps. Right here, what you see on the screen is an entity relationship diagram. That's just to kind of show, put everything in place before we actually get into the SQL code. So right here, we have a table called project. Its primary key is project ID, and then it has project name, estimated hours, actual hours, difficulty, and notes as columns. And we'll get into all these relationships, but we'll just go with the project category as a primary key and foreign key of project ID right here, and primary key, foreign key of category ID. And the same thing right here, category as primary key of category ID, then it has category name. Over here, we have material. The primary key is material ID, foreign key is project ID, material name, none required, cost. And then step, primary key step ID, foreign key project ID, step text, step order. So I'll just go over these relationships real quick. This is a multiple optional or a many optional relationship. Both sides have a many optional, and this is a join relationship right here. Over here, this is a one mandatory on this side, and this is a mandatory many on this side. Likewise, a one mandatory and a many mandatory over here. So let's go into the actual code. I will just show you my GitHub, so this is easier to show. And right here, we're dropping the table if it exists, material, step, project category, category, and project. And then we start from right here and go all the way up with the create tables. So the project, and as you can see, project ID is an int, auto increment, not null. Project name, bar chart of 128 bits, not null, estimated hours. I originally actually had this as time, but I seen in the project that they wanted it as a decimal. So the decimal is 7, and there's two, the precision is 7, and the floating point is 2 over. So that would be like, you could have 7 characters, like let's say 10,000, and then this right here would be 2, so 55, 10,055 or something like that, right? So that's just to show how many is in there. Obviously, that's a lot of hours, so and the actual hours that you get here is the same. Difficulty is an int, and notes is in a text, and the primary key is project ID right here. And same type of stuff is going on with category. It's not too complicated. The project category, we take the project ID int not null and category ID int not null, and then we have foreign key, right? And then we take that project ID, and our references would be to project right here, and the project ID and delete on cascade. Same thing with category, is you get in the whole ID, and the unique key is the project ID and category ID. And all this is just kind of creating the rest of it. It's similar stuff to up here, but that's basically all we had to do for the week. I can bring this up into here. Let's do it like this. We can bring this up into here. This is my MySQL workbench, and I can actually run this and see there's stuff already in here, but I'll just run it again to show. See, and it took out all the tables, but what do we need to do now? We just need to refresh, and there we go. We got all of our tables in. So that's all we have for this week. I hope you have a good week, and I will see you next week.